Hello, Cuz. How are you?
Yeah, good, eh? How are you?
Yeah, good.
Hey, Richard, I wanted to ask you something.
Yeah, you're right.
I heard you had the COVID shot.
Yeah, Murray didn't want to muck around, eh?
And how you feel?
To be honest, I was a little bit scared to get that job, eh?
So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about how safe the COVID vaccines are. We have two types of vaccines. We have the COVID AstraZeneca vaccine that's best for people over 60 years of age, and we have the Pfizer vaccine that's best for people under 60 years of age. Both of the vaccines need to have 2 shots, so you have one, and with the AstraZeneca you have another one 12 weeks later ideally. That gives you the best coverage against the virus. With the Pfizer vaccine you have 2 vaccines as well, but they're only 3 weeks apart, and you'll get your maximum protection against COVID-19 2 weeks after you have the second shot. So it's very important that you get the first shot, but also very important that you get the second shot. Now with both vaccines, just like the flu vax, you can get a sore arm and a bit of redness and feel a little bit sick, like a little bit flu sick. So if you feel a bit flu sick, you take some Panadol and then it should be better after a day or 2. There are some other symptoms that are a little bit more unusual, particularly with the AstraZeneca, where you can get some lumps in your neck, like lymph nodes up, and get a little bit of pain in your legs, but again these will settle down. Of course the big one that everyone talks about is the blood clots. Now that's only associated with the AstraZeneca vaccine, and in people over 60 it's very, very rare. Only about 1.7 people out of 100,000 would get it. And even out of those ones, they know so much about how to treat it now that only 3% of them would get really sick with it and die. So it's still very, very safe. And of course, most people don't get anything at all. Most people don't feel the vaccine and they don't feel any symptoms afterwards. When you come in to see us to get the vaccine, we go through a whole process. We take your temperature, we check you, make sure you're okay. You'll have a talk to the health worker. Then you'll come in to see me, and we go through a very detailed process to make sure that you are safe to have the vaccine. This is our consent form, and it's got a list of things here that you might be allergic to, that we need to be worried about. So we'll go through that and make sure that you're very, very safe. We then give you, and after that you'll go into the nurse and get the vaccine, and then you stay there with us for about 15 to 20 minutes, have a cup of tea, and if you're okay, then you go home. And everyone we've had has been okay. We give you this little sheet here, and it just shows you some of the symptoms that you might get after you have the vaccine, which is like we talked about before, feeling a little bit hot and cold, feverish, bit of a headache, bit of joint aches and pains. Take some Panadol and it should go away. Of course, with anything, if it doesn't go away or you feel really bad, you should call the ambulance, because it might be something else that's causing the symptoms and you need to be checked. So that's basically it. It is very, very safe, and if you have one of the vaccines, you're not only protecting yourself, but you're protecting the mob. You're protecting all those kids that can't have it because the vaccines can only be given to people over 18 years old, and you're protecting very old people who might be too sick to have it. So that way you don't just protect yourself, you protect your family, your friends and the community. Of course, the best way to protect yourself against COVID-19 is if you're out in a big crowded area or an unsafe place, particularly if you're travelling, to wear a mask and hand hygiene, always making sure you keep clean hands, washing, and staying 1.5 metres away from the closest person. Well, I hope that helps, and I hope to see you all here soon for your COVID vaccine.
But I'm all right. If I can get it, you can get it too.
Yeah.